Next on Worcester News tonight, Worcester College is addressing the demand for training in the cannabis industry. More on the program being offered. Plus, a new program aims to help students who experience traumatic events at home cope while in school. Good evening, everyone, and thank you for being here. I'm Brittany Schaefer. Another rainy and gloomy day to end the work week in central Massachusetts. It looks like April showers are indeed continuing throughout the month of May. But could we be seeing a break just in time for the weekend? For the details, let's send it over to meteorologist Pamela Gardner.
Hey there, good evening. It's been a soggy Friday, but we'll continue to see drying conditions as we go into your overnight forecast. And for the weekend, it is going to be fantastic. We have more sunshine than clouds for Saturday. Then we flip the script a little bit for Sunday, but all around looking pretty dry, with the exception of this evening. So still a stray shower possible. Temperatures in the upper 50s, lingering showers then turn into drier weather overnight as we calm things down and the system passes to our south. So 56 degrees and the overnight low into tomorrow morning, 52. A clear start to your Saturday with just a few fair weather clouds, and the weekend just picture perfect almost. Saturday, full sun, 69 degrees. Saturday night, 52. Sunday, 72. More clouds and a chance for a stray sprinkle in the evening. But those showers today, I'll show you more on the timing, plus the weekend sunshine and warming things up when we could get close to 80 degrees in your 10-day forecast.
Worcester State University is trying to address the demand for training in the cannabis industry. A new program is teaching students all about the growing business. Our Chandler Walsh is at Worcester State now with the details. Chandler?
Brittany, some limitations. It's not legal to bring cannabis on campus, so 100% of the program is done online with instructional videos and ebooks. A Worcester State professor says it's just the beginning for industry training.
Stream under your tongue.
Skylar Martin wanted to get into the cannabis industry after using marijuana to treat her Crohn's disease. She works in administration and sales at The Botanist and says her background helps her job at the medical dispensary.
I definitely think it could be a little bit harder for someone coming in with not too much background on cannabis to suggest and break down the phenos and what it means for the cannabinoids, working with the endocrine system.
The industry is growing in Massachusetts. Worcester State professor Jeremiah Reardon says it's expected to employ 20,000 people, and the demand for training and education needs to be addressed.
There are 338 current applications under review for the Cannabis Control Commission, and 88 of them are in Worcester County, and no one was offering the training that they needed.
Reardon is spearheading a new online program in the university's Center for Business and Industry. Instructors with pharmacology and toxicology PhDs teach courses in quality control and how to open and operate a dispensary or cultivation facility.
This industry needs accountants, bookkeepers, finance, supply chain managers, operations managers.
Students can earn 9 certifications, but right now aren't getting any college credit. Reardon says it will come in time.
I honestly believe that you're going to see your full associates and bachelor's and even master's degrees in this industry in the next 10 to 20 years in Massachusetts.
At The Botanist, Martin is helping train a new group of employees, some with a background in cannabis and some without.
It's a great place for them to grow. There's a lot of area for them to move.
She says she wants to take formal classes herself one day.
If we could have more people studying that and getting out the knowledge for everybody else, it definitely would be great to have people going out there and breaking those boundaries.
Reardon says they started enrolling people in the online courses last week. It's ongoing and the pace is up to the students. He says completing it can take 1 month to a year. Live at Worcester State, Chandler Walsh, Worcester News Tonight.
New information now on the man killed after a car landed on him in his auto shop. The district attorney identifying the victim as 72-year-old Thomas Curbs. He was the owner of Tommy's Auto Station in Berlin. Curbs was found trapped underneath a vehicle on Wednesday. The official cause of death is under investigation. An anti-abortion bill signed into law in Alabama is sparking debate across the nation, including talk here in central Massachusetts. The law is the country's most restrictive anti-abortion bill since Roe v. Wade. It could punish doctors who perform abortions with life in prison. The YWCA in Worcester is a pro-choice facility offering support services for women considering reproductive health decisions. Robin Kennedy says the Alabama law is an attack on women's rights.
You know, women's rights have been on attack for a very long time. It's an attack in Alabama today. It's going to be an attack on all of our health care and right to choice in the future. We need to be vigilant because this is something that is certainly not slowing down, and women's health care and our right to be able to control our bodies is certainly on the line.
Senator Harriet Chandler also releasing a statement on the matter, saying, despite the awful and restrictive laws in other states, Massachusetts protects women's reproductive rights. We must give women the full range of medical options when making a decision about their pregnancy and should be expanding access to reproductive health services in Massachusetts. A new program aims to help students who may witness or experience traumatic events. The Handle with Care program allows the Worcester Police Department to contact the public schools to let them know if a child might need special attention. Our Olivia Lemon joins us now in Worcester with the latest. Olivia?
Brittany, the Handle with Care program started in West Virginia in 2013. Since then, it's been adopted in 20 states, including Plymouth and Worcester County in Massachusetts. The city says the main goal is to help students who have experienced trauma succeed in school. Recognizing some Worcester public school students may witness or experience traumatic events, city and school leaders want to make sure they're doing more to help them and their families.
We're trying to provide interventions and services to children, including counseling, education.
School Safety Director Rob Pizzella says a new program called Handle with Care will allow the police department to notify school personnel and teachers when a student is involved in trauma.
All officers have been notified that if they're involved in an incident where a child experiences something unusual, some kind of trauma, whether it could be a parent overdosing or just a bad situation in a house or someone involved in a car accident, we would send an email with the kid's name, the grade they're in school, and the school they go to a particular email address. That's the only information we'd send. It's not sharing anything that should be private.
New data from the state's Department of Public Health this week shows fatal overdoses are on the rise in Worcester. Pizzella says, unfortunately, some of those cases are parents with children in the home.
We also know that there is substance abuse going on in households and that children are witnessing this, which makes them prone to themselves one day, maybe, embarking on a life of substance use and other substance abuse disorders.
City Manager Ed Augustus says students who experience something like an overdose may come into school the next day with issues they don't know how to cope with.
And while maybe the specific information about what happened last night can't be shared, the idea that something happened, that these kids need to be kind of handled with care over the next couple of days or weeks is important for teachers and principals to know.
Research shows trauma can undermine children forming relationships and their ability to learn and function appropriately in the classroom. Pizzella says he wants schools to be a safe place for students.
Schools are a haven for students to have some stability despite what's going on in their lives that's causing a lot of disharmony and unrest.
And the state's Department of Children and Family will also issue Handle with Care notices to Worcester Public Schools when they receive information about traumatic events. Live in Worcester, Olivia Lemon, Worcester News Tonight.
The Worcester Regional Chamber of Commerce is conducting a housing survey. One of the questions it's hoping to answer is why few employees choose to live in Worcester. The survey wants to discover ways of making Worcester and the downtown area a more attractive and desirable place to call home. The Chamber says the city hasn't performed a housing study since 2012.
The number one concern from our 2,000 plus members is workforce, and so it's important for us for the employers to have access and retain a workforce, and part of that is housing. Housing is the backbone for everyone's lives. Kind of serve us as a kind of policy-driven information with data as well as we go and attract more investment and developers into downtown, and then we can kind of see what the community has preference for.
The survey is part 2 of the 3-phase housing study. The results will be released to the public in October. It's an annual challenge for some Worcester businesses. Thousands of college students are leaving the city and heading home for the summer. Now some are leaning on their regulars to get them through a slow time. Our Rosalind Flaherty joins us live now with more. Rosalind.
Brittany, many of these businesses are surrounded by colleges and thousands of students come through, and now they say they have to adapt. The Bean Counter in Worcester is a popular place for college students to hang out.
One of our main customers are the students. It's a really great place to study here. It's really quiet at night and during the day.
But with thousands of those students heading home for the summer, the bakery says they have to rely on their regulars.
The students really make it crazy. They make it, we have to work a lot harder, line to the door every weekend, whenever school's in session.
Worcester is home to 9 colleges with more than 36,000 students. The Bean Counter isn't the only business seeing an impact. Santana Company Barber Shop is right next to Clark University. They see college kids every day and say about 100 come in a week.
It slows down business quite a bit.
The barber shop joins the Bean Counter and many others who have to adapt each year to get them through the summer season.
We have to go out there and start marketing, promoting in order to build the business back up again. We can't control the situation with, the college kids leaving, but what we can do is adapt accordingly.
Now, many schools have had their commencement already. Worcester State University and Clark University's is this weekend. Rosalind Flaherty, Worcester News Tonight.
Another movie set is set to film in Worcester starting next week, and it's reportedly starring Ryan Reynolds. Camera crews will be in downtown Worcester. Local businesses, including coffee shop Brew on the Grid, were told filming would result in road closures. Ryan Reynolds was recently in Detective Pikachu and the Deadpool series. The city has been a hot spot for movies recently, with actors Liam Neeson and Chris Evans filming here in the past year.